Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your Tribal God Extreme Peter Joseph here for a well, not too hot, but it is a warm and sunny Sunday afternoon video right here on the former home of the Gilmore Chronicles, now known as the Dark and Mysterious and Evil. Not as vile, but it's evil, it's dark and mysterious, and it's scary too. But it is the new and improved Shadow's Lair 2.0. This is episode number 125 of the Shadow's Lair 2.0 series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in the Shadow's Lair, otherwise known as my pants, otherwise known as the scratch marks below. So do it now, subscribe to my channels, leave a comment on any of my channels, and any of the videos on my respective channels from the past, now, and in the future. Comment about all these stupid comments. You get sent to that Shadow Realm in a nice little box, and then when they take you out of the box, they'll kick your ass and then beat you with a baseball bat, and then Ozzy and Satan will come down and laugh at you and then eat your soul! So, don't do it. But if you like it, then go do it. I don't give a shit. But that's where you're gonna go. You're gonna get blocked, hidden, never be heard from again. And if you don't like it, tough shit. That's it. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that godforsaken bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. You miss anything, you missed it. And if you missed it, you're SOL. You know what that means. If you don't know what it means, I'm gonna slap you in the face. Violently. Until you understand what it means. And that's pretty much it. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that other good, funky shit. And if you're brand new here, then welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. We sit back, we relax, you grab a nice, tasty, cold one. Put your smelly, stinky feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, then get out of here, go fuck yourself and watch something else. But you'll stay here because you got nothing else to watch, and you love me too much, you obsessed fucks. But I don't love you, except for the good people that I love. So all you obsessed fuckers can suck my dick and get out of here. Not in that order, but, you know. Just get out of here and go to your dead channel that nobody really gives two craps about. You can say you have, like so many, whole bunch of subs, but nobody really gives two fucks. Because they're drinking your Kool-Aid. And it smells, and it stinks, and it's stale. So, be original. And that's pretty much it. Alright, enough about that. Bull funky! That's bullshit for you people at home. Enough about the bull funky. Hope you're having a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much the pre-ultimate, so ultimate final weekend of August. This is the final actual week of August coming up, starting tomorrow. Actually, we're starting today, but tomorrow, we count it as tomorrow. But final week of August. And we're counting down the days. We are 2 weeks away from, pretty much under 2 weeks away from the unofficial end of summer, Labor Day weekend. Can't wait for that. And then, pretty much about a month from now, it'll be the beginning of that great season of fall. One of my other favorite seasons, besides summer. So I love summer and fall. Spring, meh. I hate the winter. As we all know, I hate the winter. Religiously hate it. But when I move to a warmer climate, I'll love it because it doesn't get that cold down there. But down there or out west, but it is what it is. But summertime I might hate it because it gets so fucking hot, you know. But it is what it is. But we'll start fall next month. And then pretty soon, Halloween, the witching month of October. Then we got the holiday season coming up. We might turn the clocks back an hour. We still don't know what we're doing yet. And then the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, level 50 will commence. And then we drop that sphere. I hope it gets stuck, but it never will. And then 2027 will be here. So, we got a lot to go. We got pretty much 4 months and about 4 months, 8 days, and some odd hours left of the year. So, about a little over 4 months to go. And then we're out of here. 2027 will be in. And that's that. But make each day count, you motherfuckers. And that's that. But I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. my weekend was up and down. Today was actually, it started off okay, got a little stressful in the afternoon because I had to go shopping with the missus, and you know how that is. Annoying. 3 hours in the fucking store, which, well, one, it was packed because it's Sunday. Two, you want to know what two is? Ask her. But it is what it is. But we got our shit done. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm getting ready to watch TNA Impact Wrestling. She's taking a nap, and so pretty much by the time she wakes up, the pay-per-view might be over, and then I'm gonna have some good old din-din. That's dinner. I'm gonna have a good dinner, and then go back to bed. You know, that's pretty much it. But hope you had a great Sunday, and I hope you have a great week ahead. No, that's it. All right. Speaking of TNA, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to the start of Lockdown, which we haven't seen, I don't think there was one last year. Was there one last year? Oh, it's the return of Lockdown, because we didn't get it last year. I think the last one was, it was supposed to be revived in 2020, but because of the pandemic, we didn't get it. But it is the return of the all-cage pay-per-view Lockdown. And it is your Lockdown predictions right here on episode 125 of The Shadow Slayer. So that's that. So, Lockdown tonight, coming up at 6 p.m. Nice little start time, so we can watch it for like 3-4 hours and then go to sleep. And that's it. Alright, so we are going to be emanating from the Credit Union 1 Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Should be a great show. We got Avery Styles, the son of AJ Styles, the Bang, you know, the phenomenal one. His great son was actually in GCW, and, oh boy. He had a little tussle down there, not hardcore, obviously, but, you know, we had a good tussle down there. Now TNA, actually invited him to TNA, to, come to the show. I wonder why. Because I'll get to that during the X-Division title match between Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater. Well, we got that. I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Styles shows up. But I think Avery can handle himself on his own. I think he might be going to MOW. I heard something like he was going to MOW. Hey, why don't you come to my neck of the woods? We've got some great indie promotions here in the New York area. I'm just saying. I'm trying to promote, you know. But it is what it is. Alright. So we move on with that. Pre-show just started, by the way. We had the Righteous, can you dig it, of Vincent and Dutch. They defeated that fake YouTuber, Brandon the Entertainer, and Amanda goes, all night long. Oh, night. That's Rich Swann. Now, the Righteous were trying to recruit Brandon, so I don't know if they did or they're about to. So we gotta we'll see what happens on the live show this Thursday on AMC with that little situation. All right, what does this D mean? All right, we have a dark match, which I guess is not. I don't know if it's gonna be on the pre-show, but we got. I know this guy personally, Joe Alonzo, who is the AAW Heavyweight Champion. If you don't know what AAW is, that is the, I think it's the AEW's All Atlantic Wrestling. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, this is his first reign, and Carlos, a good buddy, Carlos, invited him to defend the belt against the hometown man, Cody Deaner, and if Alonzo retains, he earns a TNA contract. So you know what that means? He's gonna win. If he loses this belt to this schmuck, Cody Deaner, I'm like, really? Why? So, welcome to TNA there, Joe. Good buddy Joe. And we got that. Also on the pre-show, we got, well, Agent Zero taking on former Intercontinental Champion and former member of the Rascals, Trey Miguel. Trey coming back this past Thursday to team up with, who did he team up with? I forgot who he teamed up with. But they won the match against members of the it was John Schuyler, not John Schuyler. It was Mustafa Ali and two other schmucks. I forget. But anyway, so they had that, and then Easier basically whips everybody's ass. And now we got this match. So I don't really care what happens in this match. I'm gonna go with Trey Miguel to win. Alright. Then on the main show, we got 8 matches. We got some good matches, so. And all inside the solid steel cage, brother. Alright, so we're gonna start, and I'm taking this from the Wikipedia page. I'm gonna go bottom to top. I'm gonna leave the main matches for the end. And we'll talk about the prophecy a little bit. What happened with Rosemary, and what's happening with the Knockouts tag team titles. We got that. Alright, so we're going to start with the Knockouts world title. We got Xia Brookside taking on Cora Jade, otherwise known as Elena Black. Now we know this situation, Xia won it from Xia Li, and then they had that hellacious rematch in that a no DQ match, and then Cora Jade gets involved. Wendy Choo Choo gets involved from NXT. Xia beat her, some chicanery. But now that Elena Black over the last week or two has been, talking some shit, she beat up Xia Brookside in the back, did her makeup, made it all goth-like. But then they had that FaceTime video this past week, which I thought was funny. So, it's gonna come to a head. I would love Cora Jade to finally win the big one, but is she? Probably not. So I'm going to go with Xia Brookside to win the match and retain the TNA Knockouts title. And we move on with that. Alright, then we got Lethal Lockdown. This time usually it's 5-on-5. So I think one time it was 6-on-6. But steel cage match, this time with a top on it and weapons around the cage. But anyway, we got the system of Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Mophead, Bear Bronson, and the annoying one, Alicia Edwards. Do you want to know something? No. But I want to know. Well, how do you know? How do you know? I don't know. I'm not Andrade. Well, then shut up. Anyway, so the system will take on Bang Bang, Sosa. Bang Bang, Sosa. Alright, Vicky Sosa, Giovanni Vinci, otherwise known as Fabian Aichner, my good buddy KC Navarro. I'm going to see him in a couple weeks, because he's doing an indie show at the end of September here in my neck of the woods. And also, the woman who's going after the Knockouts TV title this Thursday on the live show against M by Elegance, and that's Jada Stone. Alright, it should be hellacious. We're probably going to see blood in this match. Obviously, I think every match will see blood, but you never know. I'm going to go with Vicky Sosa's team to get the win. The system is getting boring to me. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go with Team Sosa to get the win. I would not be surprised if we get some weirdness. Either they somehow go out of the cage, go on top of the cage. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in Lethal Lockdown? If you've seen Lethal Lockdown before, it gets crazy. AJ, climbing the truss in a freaking impact zone, dropping onto, I think it was James Storm, I think it was. There had Kurt Angle get thrown off the fucking thing onto the broken announce table. That was crazy. Jeff Hardy with a freaking ladder on top of the cage, doing the swanton off the cage. Well, onto the cage. He was still on the cage. It was crazy. So, we're going to see something tonight. Some type of madness. I mean, we could see somebody walk in the cage like Elix Skipper and doing a fucking Hurricanrana, and then, that's exciting back in 2006 when TNA was at its peak, pretty much. That happened. And then Christopher Daniels with a freaking elbow of doom off the top of the cage against America's Most Wanted. Oh. I mean, 6 sides of steel was just fucking epic, but now we got 4 sides of steel. So, I mean, you got more things to do, but it's gonna be crazy tonight. We got that. Alright. Speaking of crazy, we know this is gonna be crazy. Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander for the X Division title. Last man standing match. I didn't know that, but until now. Last man standing inside the cage. Which is kind of weird, but okay. Alright, and if Leon loses his title reign, which was number 2 in TNA history, bye-bye, so long, farewell to that. He was like one day away from tying and possibly breaking AJ Styles' record of the longest reigning TNA X Division champion, but Cedric beat that on the live show a couple of months ago, which I didn't like, but still, we move on. This is going to be barbaric. It's going to be insane. I see a lot of moves off the top of the cage. I'm going to use the cage to, as a weapon. Might see blood. I could see the system coming in and fucking around. Maybe, Leon's got help too. I do see Avery Styles coming into this, and because, it's AJ's son, I see Avery helping Leon Slater win back the X Division title, and possibly Avery gets a TNA contract. That's something, That'd be great for, AJ Styles, but, his son, following right in his footsteps. So we got that. So I'm going to go with Leon to win back the X Division title and probably go on another long run. But this time make it count. And not lose it a day before breaking AJ Styles' record. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we got another cage match, but this time we escape the cage. You can escape, go over the cage or through the door. Normal cage match. We got the so-called king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian, taking on Moose. Now, these two have been going at it for months, even with the Elijah thing and so many other BS things going on with the system, now with Frankie getting involved. And we saw Moose get attacked by an unknown assailant, and then Cedric got attacked this past Thursday. We don't know by who. I see a theme, though, because Moose was in the system, Cedric's in the system. I mean, who's next? Could be somebody tonight. Could be one of the system members tonight. Eddie, Bryan, or Bear Bronson, or maybe even Alicia gets attacked by this unknown person. Well, I was thinking it was Dirty Dongo, Fandango, but it's probably not going to be him. It's somebody, we don't know who, but we got that. But I'm going to go with Moose to escape the cage, probably going over the cage. I doubt he goes through the door, but I'm going to go with Moose to get the win, and that's it. Alright, then we got the Intercontinental title being defended inside the steel. We got the new champ, Jason Hotch, formerly of Order 4, taking on the leader of Order 4, and that's the former champion, Mustafa Ali, who's going to have pretty much everybody from Order 4 there with him. John Schuyler, Agent Zero, Tasha Steele, a Puerto Rican princess, next to, besides Issa, of course, and the Secretary of State, the hot Mila Moore. They're going to be there in some capacity. Jason winning the belt a couple weeks ago, and then Mustafa Ali doing his really creepy stuff with Jason Hodge's wife, touching her kind of inappropriately in front of their daughter, and then him making Jason Hodge fight his best friend, John Schuyler. Schuyler didn't like it, and they had a regular match, and Mustafa was like, no, we can't do this, no! So now it's in the cage, now you can fuck around and do something. I think John Schuyler's going to turn on Mustafa Ali and help Jason Hodge get the win. So I'm going to go with Jason Hodge to retain the Intercontinental title. Pretty good match. Might be a lot of chicanery, a lot of high-flying spots. It's going to be insane. We got that. This one is going to be barbaric. AJ Flop Dollar Francis, my good buddies, all about that money, money, money. Takes on the man with the guitar, Elijah, who wants to walk with Elijah. So, these two have been going at it. I mean, we saw them at the last pay-per-view, what was the last pay-per-view? I forgot. But, I mean, they've been going at it. It's just, you know, it has to end. We saw what happened on Thursday with AJ in the recording studio. Elijah's doing his, like, mystic weirdness, you know, like the Undertaker shit. It's gonna come to an end. I'm gonna go with Elijah to pick up the victory. I hate saying that, you know, now I'm gonna lose money. There goes my money that AJ Francis is supposed to give me. Sorry, AJ, I had to be real, I'm sorry. But, we have that. So I'm gonna go with Elijah to pick up the victory in a pretty hard-fought, brutal match. And by the way, yes, Trey Miguel beat Agent Zero by pinfall in 5 minutes. The Righteous won in under 8 minutes, and the dark match, I didn't have a time, so we're gonna start off with AJ and Elijah, and then get into the women's tag team match, which I'm gonna get into right now because I have to talk about the prophecy for a second. So the TNA Knockouts tag team titles on the line. We got Allie, and we're supposed to be Rosemary, but we don't know where Rosemary is. Now we kind of found out that Rosemary sadly suffered a pretty significant injury at another promotion. I don't remember what she hurt. I think she hurt her leg or her something. She hurt something. I heard her in bed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. We had a ritual in bed, and then it got kind of crazy. But anyway, so it's Allie and the ever-popular TBA taking on the former champions, the Elegance, Brand, Heather, and M, with George the Iceman, the blind fuck. Maybe we'll see Timu, Jack Perry, Mr. Elegance. I think the Prophecy might lose the belts tonight. I will be shocked if Allie finds somebody, because we had those vignettes of Allie going to find Rosemary, can't find her, and she finds, like, these little tarot cards, like, this big, and then, like, 2 weeks ago, because we didn't have anything last week, it was stupid, you're trying to continue a storyline, and you only have 2 things? Come on now. So we saw the second vignette was Allie going into a room, and then on the wall, I think it was on the wall or a mirror, it said, "The struggle is real." What does that mean? And who is it? What does these tarot cards mean? What does this mean, the struggle is real? Who is it? I want to know. So, there's been a lot of talk on Twitter, and in the WC, who this could be. I had theories of Su Yung, but then again, her and Rich Swann in the same company, not good because of their relationship. Which pretty much is like violent. Forget it. I don't want to talk about that. So you probably throw Su Yung out the window. James Mitchell, throw him out the window too, because I doubt it's going to be him wrestling. It could be Jessica Havoc. We haven't seen her in a long time. It's not going to be Taya Valkyrie. I doubt. We haven't seen Taya Valkyrie in AEW or Ring of Honor in God knows how long. Same thing with her husband, Johnny Nitro, or Johnny Impact, or whatever you want to call him these days. John Morrison, John Hennigan, that's his real name. I doubt it's Taya, kind of reliving the Death Dolls, but I doubt that. Could be Jessica reforming the Death Dolls, we'll see. I'm thinking it could be Kaylee Ray, out of fire, or could be Isla Dawn. I know people are like, oh, she works for AEW Ring of Honor. Oh, she didn't get signed. As far as I know, she didn't get signed. So it could be Isla Dawn. It could be somebody new that we don't know. One of those free agents. I said it's not Nikki Cross. I will be shocked if it's Nikki Cross. Because there was talk that the Wyatt Six were going to come to TNA. I mean, Joe Gacy is the GCW World Heavyweight Champion right now, and I don't know what's going on with Dexter Lumis right now. I heard they were going to come in as a tag team. Sam Shaw coming back to TNA. Joe Gacy just coming in as his actual real name. What's his name? Joe. I forgot his last name. But and then Bo Dallas coming in as Bo Rotunda, obviously. And then I don't know what's happening with Eric, with Big Red, Eric Rowan. I don't know what's happening with him. And Nikki Cross, I don't know. So I highly doubt it's Nikki Cross. If it is, that would be something. Because even though she's not wicked, like witchy, doesn't play with tarot cards, she's just crazy. But I mean, we'll see what happens tonight with that. Pay-per-view just started, by the way. I'm gonna get into it a little bit later. Anyway, so I see a title change. I'm gonna go with. I hate this, but I gotta go with the Elegance brand because if Allie does it by herself, I don't think she. I mean, she did it once. Can she do it again? She did it once, and she got really crazy and had a she kept the belts by disqualification. But this time, unless somebody comes out, I can see them maybe retaining, but if not, I have the Elegance brand getting back the belts again, which I don't like. And then M is taking on Jada Stone for the inaugural Knockouts TV title on Thursday for the live show. She probably won't win that. I doubt it. I give it to Jada Stone, but who knows at this point. So, I'm going to go with the Elegance brand for now, but I don't know who is going to... I really don't know who's going to be Allie's partner at this point. I don't know. Alright, we got that. What did I miss? Okay, so I got that. That's started. AJ and Elijah are starting right now, just about starting. And then it's the tag team title match. Jason Hodge and Mustafa Ali, then Frankie Kazarian and Moose, Cedric and Leon. Alright, so the main event is going to be for the tag team titles. Tornado Tag Rules. All four men are going to be in a cage, fighting and beating the shit out of each other. We got the Nemeth brothers. We got Ryan and my big brother, who parked Issa's car perfectly. And he is my world champion. That's Nick Nemeth and Ryan, the Nemeths, taking on, well, the tag team champions once again. The goats of TNA and the goats of pretty much tag team wrestling next to the Bucks. So we got the Hardys. Broken Matt Hardy! Yes! Wonderful! Did it! And the Antichrist champion himself, my good buddy, Jeff Hardy, dude! I'm losing my freaking glasses. Doing the juke. Oh, yeah. Alright, this is gonna be crazy tonight. I see Jeff going to the top of the cage and doing some weird, fucky shit. Might get tables involved, might get a ladder in the cage. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? I don't think we're going to get a title change, even though the Nemeths already had it, like months, almost a year ago. I could see Nick being a double champion again, but I don't know. But I'm going to go with the Hardys to retain. I think they'll probably lose it at Bound for Glory. That's coming up next. And then after Bound for Glory, we have some mini events coming up. And then Bound for Glory, I think, is the last major pay-per-view for TNA. And then January we got, I think, Hard to Kill or Genesis. I think we got Sacrifice coming up, but we missed it. Because I know we're probably gonna have a mini event in either September going into Bound for Glory, and then out of Bound for Glory we're gonna have probably something in late October, or we might have Victory Road, might have Sacrifice, might have thinking of all the pay-per-views. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But we're gonna have some events leading into Bound for Glory and coming out of Bound for Glory going into the end of the year. But we got Destination X coming up, too. That's another pay-per-view coming up. I forgot about that. So, we got some stuff coming up for TNA for the end of the year. So, I can see the Hardys retaining and then possibly losing the belts for good at Bound for Glory. And as far as Nick goes, I think Nick will probably lose to who? I don't know. At this point, I don't know. So, we got that. Alright, so once again, my predictions are the Hardys, Xia Brookside, Team Ricky Sosa, Leon Slater, thanks to Avery Styles. I got Moose, Jason Hodge. For now, the Elegance brand, but like I said, I would not be surprised if Allie does it by herself, or we got a mystery partner. I got Elijah over AJ Frant, and that's it. Alright, so AJ and Elijah starting off right now. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we got Tna Lockdown on the air. Let's get into it, guys. I will be back and talk about it tomorrow. That's it. But after tonight's pay-per-view, we talk about Raw and SmackDown. Get you ready for Raw tomorrow at 6 p.m. Not 8, 6, because there's a double taping this week. And SmackDown will be taped on Friday for next week's Raw, the 31st. And the Raw and the SmackDown next week will be also taped. So we got that. So 24 tomorrow will be live at 6. Next week will be taped, and then Labor Day, September the 7th, will be live because of Sunday night's main event is a live show, so we have to have a live show after that. So obviously we have that. But the 28th SmackDown will be taped tomorrow, and then the September the 4th edition of SmackDown will also be taped. So 2 taped SmackDowns, and that's pretty much it. But I will talk about Raw and SmackDown after the pay-per-view tonight, and then we'll talk about tomorrow afternoon. We'll try to get TNA Lockdown review tomorrow. We'll also talk about Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, what happened there with Athena and Hazuki. Ooh, great match that was. I did do the predictions, and I had the video up, and I deleted it by accident. As I was uploading it, I deleted it like an idiot, but I'll do the review anyway. So that's why I didn't do 125. This is 125 now. So this would have been 126, but you get what I'm getting. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Lockdown. Have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening and Sunday night. And I'll be back later. But until next time, peace.